Hey, I'm here in Mountain View at Andi's listing that I'm holding open. We refuse to submit. We're carrying on business as usual. So we started to have this conversation and I thought, I'm going to tape it. And you know me in taping, I'll probably cut half of me off, or I'll sit too close and then she'll say, no, I'm violating the close to you conversation.
Gotta be, socially acceptable distance
There we go.
between us.
So throw the microphone somewhere in between us. So the point of this conversation that we were having was just, we're still having an open house. We're still proceeding as...
Business as usual as much as we can.
You got to talk a little bit more because it's done. Yeah, I mean, you'll have to talk into it.
So Chris graciously accepted the offer to hold the house open. We talked about, do we hold it open, do we not hold it open? And we decided in order for us to remain as normal in our industry as possible, we were going to move forward and hold open houses. So she did it yesterday, which was great, and now we're here at a lovely home in Mountain View Country Club, 749. Shameless plug. Shameless plug, but it's a gorgeous home on the golf course, and we can talk about that later. But we gave it some thought and decided, you know what, we just have to keep moving forward. We have to keep normal.
Yeah,
so that's why we're here.
What we're also saying is that I have some clients who asked me to report back on the open house. They want to hold off on listing their home, and they said, tell me on Monday how your open house went. Are people out and about? I would say that there are 50% less attendance at the open house, but there still is attendance. And the grocery stores, some have obscene lines, and it's funny until it isn't funny.
Right.
Yeah, the line out Costco went around the block, but
that's ridiculous, though. That's human stupidity, human greed. Nobody I know on this entire, my database, my Facebook friends, my personal friends, I have asked so many people, what's up with the toilet paper? Nobody has an answer. I don't know. I guess maybe all the food everybody's hoarding, they're going to need the toilet paper. I don't have an answer for that.
If they self-quarantine, they're going to need it. But I went to Sprouts. My kids came home for the weekend. They're pretty devastated that Coachella and Stagecoach are being postponed. So they came home for the weekend, so I needed to get all the expensive food, the shrimp and the bacon and the orange juice and the mimosas and the stuff that I'm not eating without them there. And happy to report that Sprouts was normal. There were certain shelves that were wiped out. And because I refuse to engage in this hysteria and panic, and maybe it's planning. Maybe I'm just doing my normal ostrich in the sand kind of coping. But then I'm beginning to fear, well, what am I missing? Maybe I should be stocking up on tuna fish because everybody else is.
There are a lot of people that I know, and even the commentary on Facebook is quit watching the news. Quit watching, because it's all fake news or it's all real news, and who do you believe and who do you don't believe? So today I thought, okay, I'm just going to stay off Facebook. I'm working on my taxes, and I'm not going to watch the news. So am I better off by not watching the news, or should I watch the news and be on the edge of my chair wondering who's next or what's next? But we can spend our time worrying about all that, but worry is not going to accomplish anything, right? You can have excuses, you can have worries, you can pray, but we can't do it in fear. And I think that's the thing we need to overcome, is we can't be afraid of what's going to happen. If we're following the directions and not being on top of each other and not being in close quarters, and if we're staying home, if we've got the sniffles, or we're washing our hands, which, God forbid.
Well, everybody does that anyway.
I know, you would think.
I'm not a news junkie. Anyone who knows me knows that if I didn't get pop-ups on my phone, I wouldn't know what was going on in the world, because it depresses me. I can't change it, so I'm not a news junkie at all.
Well,
and on this one it said wash your hands, do that. I'm like, well, duh.
I know. So like we're going to maybe have a whole generation of kids we're teaching how to wash their hands now.
But you know what I worry about? this is not that good. This was a $15 little thing that I bought as an experiment. So just clip it to your knee and don't even bother with it. It's
Okay.
a teeny tiny bit better, but it's
Okay.
not really.
Okay.
Okay, so now I totally forgot what I was going to say.
Which you're not going to worry about.
Yeah, I know. Something I wasn't going to worry about.
Well, I think
Right.
we need to be the voice of calm. Because there's such an economic trickle down from any poor decisions we make, whether it's clients that are panicking over not listing or not selling or wanting to wait. I think if we are the voice of reason for our clients as well as our friends and our family and people that we know or people we come in contact with, maybe we can be anxious silently, but that just feeds the hysteria, I think, is just being anxious out loud. So,
Right.
I mean, for me, am I looking forward to isolating myself from my business? No, because we're a people business, but we can still do a lot of work with each other and for each other, not being right there with each other. And all
I will get all my recipes organized, my closets clean.
we'll get a lot done.
Yeah.
But
So-
we can still take care of business. That's what the beauty of technology is now. Look, we're doing this video thing and we don't have to have anybody sitting in front of us. We don't need an audience. Jimmy Fallon didn't have an audience and he was great the other night. So we can still, I think, move forward with the things we need to accomplish, even if it's getting our databases uploaded and studying command. Oh my God, we need to learn that.
That's a new Keller Williams proprietary platform with artificial intelligence and all kinds of things. Kelly, because it's Keller Williams, is not as evil as Siri and Hey Google can be when you're asking them something and they just switch it up on you. But she has a lot to learn. She's a little bit like a belligerent toddler. The program is pretty awesome, but it's a lot to learn and it's in development.
Sure, and maybe now this temporary quietness that we're dealing with will force us all to learn more about Kelly and command and learn how to do the things you were teaching us in class last week about putting our listing presentations together and our seller packets and all of that. So it's a good excuse. So there's got to be a silver lining to all this chaos.
What I am concerned about is the lack of a handshake. Okay, I know I'm taking this a little far, but yeah, this is irritating. I go in for the hug and they're like, oh no.
Yeah.
If we begin to get away from handshakes and things, I think it's going to be very hard to get that back.
It'll be interesting to see where it happens. You're right.
And I think a handshake and a human touch is really important. I loathe that we might see that go away in our customs. If you sneeze, who says God bless you anymore? We know that came from the medieval illness of whatever it was, and that's kind of those common courtesies and niceties have gone away. And I think the handshake is important. So
It'll be interesting to see, huh?
Yeah.
Or else we're all going to wear gloves. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
My manicurist wears gloves, and there's a lot of chemicals because I get the acrylic, so I get that. But when I get a pedicure and they give you a leg massage and they have rubber gloves, oh God, it feels awful.
Yeah, it smells bad too. I don't like the smell of those gloves.
But can you blame them? No. I mean, everybody's feet are grody except mine, and so they use rubber gloves. I'm like, ew.
Okay, next time I go get a pedicure.
Yeah, they're gonna have gloves on. Everybody's got gloves. So we've got to run on gloves. We're not a news source. We want to talk about how real estate is going to continue. Life, we're going to get through this. Life is going to get on. Mm-hmm. The stock market's scary. Not going to lie. But more millionaires were made in the crash of 1929 that I was teasing. I want to be one. Mm-hmm. Can I be one this time?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know what to buy. And I don't have a ton of money. But I am selling real estate. I am showing up for open houses. I will put you in my car and take you around, and I'm not going to fear because it's more likely that I will get bitten by a poisonous frog.
Yeah, I think, again, coming from a place of calm, coming from a place of reason, being educated and knowing what to talk to our clients about, and having them make reasonable financial decisions, people still have to live somewhere, you know, and we can't say, no, you can't move now because there's some funky stuff in the air. They have to move, they have to live, they have to go somewhere to do something. And thankfully, Riverside County in our valley here, they're still very affordable. So, and here you go. I heard a rumor that the virus won't live above 78 degrees.
Yes.
So I predict
I heard that too.
we are going to have one hell of a summer, because everybody that lives in a cold climate that's dealing with this nonsense is going to want to come down and see us when it's 112 to 120 degrees during the
I heard
summer.
that too.
So you know what? I'm going to be ready. We'll be ready. And you know what? We will top the charts.
And gnats don't live here. Flies
That's right.
only have a short lifespan.
So there you go.
Frankly, it's just too hot. But I will show you the solution, and it is right there. I need to drop that. The solution, we just jump in the pool, and life goes on.
Okay, Chris, I think somebody's coming. Okay, I think we've got to go.
Welcome to our